everybody. How lovely to have you back here. A very special week this week on House of Games. It's what the BBC wanted to call a losers' week. I said no. Come on, guys. That is unfair to the four people joining me here. I know they've been on before. I know they lost every single day. They are not losers. They just haven't won yet. And so it's Redemption Week is what we got. Redemption Week. Here's the Redemption Week trophy. Let's meet the four people about to be redeemed, like a voucher in boots. They are Gary Wilmot, Kate Thornton, Gethin Jones, and Tiff Stevenson. Hello, everybody. There's a lot of people I wouldn't have done the intro in front of, but I feel I'm amongst friends with you four. Gary, welcome back. How are you feeling? So,
well, we know what we are. We know we're losers. We know that, don't we?
There's one way to go, Gary.
But someone's got to come out of this positive.
Exactly. You can't... At the end of the week, someone's going to be a winner. That's the point.
It'd be a sad thing if no one
If no one did. If you were so bad that actually the BBC just went, we're abandoning this on Wednesday. Gary, who do you think's got the chops this week to win?
Me.
There we go.
That's it. I feel... like, I don't know. What do I know? I don't even know the questions. So
That's true.
Let alone the answers.
Kate, welcome back. Lovely to have you back here. Anyone you fear here on the panel?
Everyone. I think we established last time I was on that my intelligence levels are low and my enthusiasm levels are quite high.
Well, then you are amongst friends here, Kate, that's for sure. Gethin, welcome back. So you guys have been on before, but you've all been up against very good people, by the way. The story of all of your weeks is you came up against, like, one of those superstar quizzes who just hits the buzzer every 5 seconds. So no one's really had a chance to win a prize. If you were to win today, Gethin, here are today's prizes. We have got... There is a fondue set, a planter, a gentleman's cologne, a card holder, and a cafetiere. I mean, it's worth having, isn't it?
It is actually. I know a few people who've been successful on the show, and I've stolen said items from them. But it'd be nice to add to my collection, you know.
Yeah,
genuinely.
one you really earned.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe the cafetiere would help with, you know, getting up early in the morning.
Cafetiere. Tiff, welcome back. Lovely to have you here.
Thank you.
What prize would you go for, Tiff, if you were to...
The smell of Richard.
The smell. They call it l'odeur Richard. They call it.
Yeah. Do you know comedy loves a loser? I don't mind.
Excellent.
I don't mind. It doesn't want winners. We can't be winners in comedy. How's that funny?
I really look forward to you changing your tune by Friday when you're lifting the trophy and say, there's one thing comedy loves, it's a winner. Gary, what prize would you go for?
Well, I have a fondue set.
Whoa.
Yeah, I do.
You know what? That doesn't shock me.
Yeah, but I do. But what I would love, and it is up there, is a set of the stencils that you use to get those images on those prizes. Then I could put them on my own stuff.
You could turn anything into a House Against prize.
I'll put one on my car. And they'll go...
You won a car on House of Games?
That's how good I was. I won a car.
I got so many points. They said, forget the wheelie luggage, Gary. You're getting yourself a Peugeot 205.
Yeah, so, yeah, I don't know what I would want there. Well, actually, the cafetiere looks nice.
There you go, cafetiere. And Kate?
Listen, I'm back to win. I'm taking the lot.
Taking the lot.
I'm going to try.
I look forward to that.
I look forward to making a Herbie fondue while smelling of you, paying with my card carrier thing and drinking a really strong coffee.
That really ran out of steam, that analogy. When you're like, what am I going to do with the card carrier?
Who carries cards anymore?
Nobody, right? Listen, lovely to have you all back. It's going to be a great week. Shall we get on and play our first round? Yeah. Somebody's going to win this week. I wonder who it's going to be. Let's play... Rhyme time. Rhyme time. Fingers on buzzers, everyone. I'm going to ask you 2 questions at a time. The answers rhyme with each other. 1983 UK #1 hit for Spandau Ballet. And adhesive substance such as PVA. Yes, Kate.
True and glue.
True and glue? True and glue, it is, Kate. Nicely done.
Strong start.
Next one. Desert Island Discs and BBC Radio 6 music host. Pub in Coronation Street. Yes, Kate.
Lauren Laverne, Rover's Return.
Lauren Laverne, Rover's Return. Talk about redemption. Wow, mate. How about that?
Don't call it a comeback.
Next 2. What are these? And what are these? That is Gethin.
Flippers and kippers.
Flippers and kippers? It is flippers and kippers. Next 2. Line behind which the thrower must stand in darts. And 1976 boxing film starring Sylvester Stallone. Yes, that's Gethin. Someone buzzed in before he knew the answer.
The Ocky and Rocky.
Ocky and Rocky? It is Ocky and Rocky.
My Auntie Jean's a massive fan of this show, and the bit of advice she gave me before coming back this time was just think before you buzz. And I thought that was good advice, but I've gone against it.
That is, firstly, great advice for House of Games. Secondly, my goodness, you know Gethin well. It's absolutely right, isn't it? Listen, seems to pay it, but I mean, come on, she's absolutely got your number there, hasn't she?
She knows.
Next two. 1908 E.M. Forster novel, partly set in Florence. And what is the title of this song?
No, I can't forget tomorrow when I think of all my sorrow.
Yes, Gary.
I'm not sure. Room with a view. No, it's Living Without You.
Yeah, I'm going to give you that, Gary.
Living is Without You.
Given, as soon as you said Room with a View, they all buzzed in because they didn't know that
we all know
bit.
the song.
Room with a View and Without You by Nilsson. Covered by all sorts of people as well. Well played,
Well
Gary.
done, Gary.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Here's your next two. Scottish song attributed to Robert Burns, sung on New Year's Eve. And anthology TV series written by Steve Pemberton and Reece Shearsmith. Yes, Gary.
Old Lang Syne, Inside Number 9.
It is. Well done. Very nice. The final question in this round. Duo who had a 1995 UK #1 with Unchained Melody. Original name of the arena in London, now known as the O2. Yes, Kate.
Robson and Jerome, Millennium Dome.
Robson and Jerome, Millennium Dome.
Well done, spot on.
Absolutely is. Very well played, Kate. That's the end of our first round. Let's see our leaderboard, shall we? Tiff yet to get off the mark. Gethin and Gary have 2 points each, but we have an early leader, Kate Thornton, with 3 points. Well played, Kate. Let's play a pairs game, shall we? Our pairs game today is... distinctly average.
That's us.
Welcome to
aspire to
distinctly
that.
average week.
We aspire to that.
Yeah,
It's the name of the band.
You weren't lying about this theme, were you?
Brutal. Didn't say this on the call sheet,
No,
did it? It said
no.
returners.
Yes.
Not losers.
Happy to have...
Oh, exactly. I told them. You've got to take it off. They
did.
They all wanted it. Tim Davey, the Director General, they all wanted to say losers. I was like, not on my watch, mate.
I go
know what?
non-winners.
Yeah, not exactly.
Less harsh sounding.
Runners-up special.
You know, we still would have all turned up, wouldn't we? We would have still been here.
Tiff, you find yourself in 4th place, so you get to choose your partner here. Who would you like to team up with?
See, she's in the lead. I'll go with Kate.
Going to go with Kate. So Gethin and Kate, if you'll swap seats, please.
It's a good decision.
Sorry, Gethin.
No, I would have done the same.
I mean, yeah, brutal.
Gethin and Gary are a team. Kate and Tiff are a team. If you take your tablets out, please, everyone.
Oh.
Now, in this round, I'm going to ask you a question. Write me down a number, and I will take the average of each pair as their number.
I'm rubbish at this.
OK? Your first question today is this. In metres, how wide is the Grand Canyon from rim to rim at its widest point?
Rim to rim.
That's the lip. That's the kind of top that you'd stand on to look down.
At its widest point.
Yeah. In metres. Anyone been to the Grand Canyon?
I have, yeah.
I bet you've done some Blue Peter. I bet you leapt off it.
Jumped off it and
Yeah.
run around it.
Do you remember how big it was, Gaff?
Well, I mean, it takes about 20 minutes to fly over it, so, I mean...
That's a lot of metres.
How wide do you
How many
think
metres in a mile? Let's
Yeah,
let's
how
get
many
in.
metres in a mile?
metres in a mile is about
1,573.
yeah, 1,500, 1,600.
Yeah, OK.
OK, everybody is in. What do you think at home on this one? Gary, what was your thinking?
Didn't. Didn't think. Just put 4,000.
4,000 metres.
Yeah.
But a really lovely sort of... I like the arrows.
Yeah, it's an architect thing.
Yeah, they give a real sense.
Yeah.
Yes,
There
it
you
is
go.
an architect thing.
Rim,
yeah.
rim. There we
Yeah,
go.
exactly. Very nice. Like a downstairs bathroom on a drawing.
Well,
Lovely.
We don't have a downstairs bathroom, but...
What, Wilmot doesn't have a downstairs? You've got a downstairs bathroom.
And I live in a-
Don't pretend.
And I live in a bungalow.
It's not the 1950s, Gary. Gethin up and down from 4,000.
Up.
100,000. So your average is 52,000, so 52 kilometres, 32 miles, you're saying, which could take 20 minutes in a plane. Kate, what have you gone for?
40,000.
40,000, says Kate. And Tiff, up or down?
Did a bit of maths and I think I've nailed it.
And you've gone...
So you were saying 20 minutes. I was like, is that 200 miles? I'm trying to think how long 20 minutes would take in a plane, what that would cover. It's about an hour up to Scotland on a plane. That's 400-something miles. So I was like, cut that in half.
OK.
200. And then you said there were 1,500-ish metres per mile. So then I just did the maths and we've got 300,000.
Can I say one thing about that? Because I think the maths was exemplary. But any mathematician will tell you it's the data you start with is the absolute key.
I was just
so I'd just say the
yeah.
data you started with was Gethin. So that's all I'm saying. So
what Richard's saying is if you get a point, it's mine. Basically.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, OK.
Yeah.
what I'm actually saying is when you don't get a point, it's going to be Gethin's fault. So your average is 170,000, so 170 kilometres, 105 miles. Well, let's take a look, shall we? How many metres wide is it, and who's won the point? 28,000. Gethin and Gary get themselves a point. Very nice.
Gary, you won us a point there. Well done.
Me? Oh,
Yeah, you dragged Gethin down. Our next question is this. How many Formula One World Championship Grand Prix have there been since the very first one in 1950?
Ah, there's a little bit of extra information.
Yeah. And this is up to the end of 2023 for any Formula One anoraks at home who want to get it exactly right. Kate, we'll start with you. What's your thinking?
I mean, not even a clue.
Not even a clue.
50,
says Kate. And Tiff, you've got...
I went very low, but I also drew some hearts just to make myself feel better about it.
Lovely. OK, yeah. Your average is 33.5 Grand Prix.
That's all right.
Gary, what are you saying?
I've gone, because about 20 a year, I'm guessing.
Something like that.
So I've gone 1,500.
1,500, says Gary. And Gethin?
I'm glad you said that. I've gone on the premise that is about 20 every year. They've added a few over, what, 74 years. So I've gone very similar.
1,480. Goodness me, very similar indeed. Your average is 1,490. What do you want at home? We've got 33 here. We've got 1,490. What we call in the business a difference of opinion. How many Grand Prix have there been and who's got the points? 1,101. Gentlemen, you win the points. Very well done. Nicely played. The final question in this round. In the 1086 Doomsday Book, Birmingham had a recorded population of how many households? Huh.
I'm just going to pick one of my two previous answers.
Yeah, why not? It's over 1 million now, isn't it, Birmingham? Gethin, we'll start with you. What's your thinking?
Not a clue.
50,000, says Gethin, with question marks after it. 50,000. Gary, up or down?
I've gone way down, because I don't think Birmingham was that big then. I've only got 900.
900, says Gary. Perhaps the average is good. Your average? Gents, is 25,450 is your average. Kate, what are you saying here?
18,000
18,000. And Tiff, up or down? 27. But it might be why they're asking the question. Yeah.
Right?
That's the point.
Right.
So your average, Kate and Tiff, is 9,013 and a half.
That's good.
Tiny one. So 25,000 on 9,000. What do you think at home? What do you think if you live in Birmingham? What is the answer? How many households were there in Birmingham? Who scored the point? 9. How about that, Tiff?
I was going to go even lower.
Yeah.
I was like 6. I literally went 6. In my head, went 6, 7, maybe.
That's great, isn't it?
Isn't it?
There were 5 villagers and 4 smallholders in Birmingham at that time. So there you go. Tablets away, please, everybody. And Kate and Gethin, if you'll swap back, please.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah. Well, I'll lead the board at the end of round 2. Looks like this. Everyone off the mark now. Tiff has got 1. Everybody else tied in the lead, 4 points each. Gary, Kate and Gethin. How about that? 4, 4, 4. Nicely done. Here is your next round. It is Z to A. Fingers on buzzers, please. I'm going to show you 3 clues. You have to buzz in when you tell me what connects those 3 clues. But the clues will only appear letter by letter. So you have to wait and work out what those clues are before you buzz in. So what connects these 3, please? reveal themselves. Yes, Gethin.
Spacecraft.
They are spacecraft, yeah. Absolutely. Millennium Falcon, USS Enterprise, and USCSS Nostromo. They are all fictional spacecraft from Alien, that bottom one. Next three. What connects these? There's a helpful Z there. Yes, Tiff.
The Golden Girls.
I knew you'd get that. It is the Golden Girls. Well done. Dorothy Zbornak, Blanche Devereaux, and Rose Nyland, the Golden Girls. Next one, what connects these? Yes, Tiff.
Is it Stevie Wonder songs?
It's not Stevie Wonder songs, I'm afraid. Yes, Kate.
Oasis songs.
Oasis songs. That's what it is. It is. Supersonic, Whatever, Stand By Me, all Oasis singles. Next three. Yes, Gethin.
American presidents.
American presidents? Incorrect. Yes, Gary.
Snooker players.
It is snooker players, yes. Do you know what? That's the question set did that absolutely deliberately to get someone to buzz in and say presidents, didn't they?
I absolutely fell into that trap. Well
it was Judd Trump, Joe Johnson, and Peter Ebdon. The first two are presidents. Peter Ebdon was not president at time of recording.
Yet.
What connects these three, please? Yes, Tiff.
Part of the tooth.
Parts of teeth? It is, absolutely. Again, they were trying to get someone to buzz in and say Britpop bands, weren't they?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Next one. What connects these? Tiff.
Shades of Red.
Scarlet, Burgundy, and Vermilion, all shades of red. Final question in this round. What connects these? Yes, Tiff.
American National Parks.
US National Parks, they are Yosemite, Yellowstone, and Death Valley. That's the end of the round. Good round for Tiff.
Go on, Tiff.
I think
Now-
I've redeemed myself a bit there.
It is a redemption show, as we know. Somebody's going to win today who's never won before. We know that as well. We also know there are 2 rounds to go before we find our first winner. I wonder if you'd like to take a look at quite an interesting leaderboard with 2 rounds to go. 5, 5, 5, 5. How about that?
Do you know the lesson here? Losers rise together.
Yeah, exactly. A rising tide raises all
Losers.
ships. 2 rounds to go. Who's going to be our first champion? We're starting again, really. Somebody is going to win. We've got 2 rounds to find out who. Our next round is... So close. I'm terrible at dating.
Oh, I'll be brilliant at this one.
Come on, Gaff, this has got us all over
sign me
it.
up.
If you take your tablets out, please, everybody.
Oh.
I'm going to give you some events from world history. You need to write me down the year that you think they happened, and whoever is closest wins. The first thing I'd like you to date is this. And what year was this? Stephenson's rocket wins the Rainhill Locomotive Trials. When was Stephenson's rocket from?
OK.
Everyone in? Gary, what's your thinking on this one?
I've gone 20 to 7.
20 to 7, the 1840 from Rainhill.
Yeah.
Kate, where are you?
Oh, I've gone year. You're doing actual time of departure.
No, it is a year. He's
Oh, right. Oh, 1840.
o'clock.
I thought it was the 640.
That would be a task.
Just reminding you why I'm on Losers Show, OK? Just reminding you.
Redemption show, redemption show.
I was with you.
1918, says Kate. Gethin, what are you saying?
1921.
1921 says Gethin. Tiff?
I've gone 1897.
1897. We've got two 19th century, two 20th century. What do you think at home on this one? When did Stevenson's rocket win the Rainhill trials? Who scored a point? 1829, Gary. Very nicely done. Yeah. Very nicely done. Very close indeed. 1829. Very well done if you were bang on at home. The next date we're looking for is a British athlete wins 100 metres Olympic gold for the first time.
Oh, it's a belter, isn't it?
When was that?
What a great question.
Yeah. What do we think at home on this one? Do you know this one?
Oh.
Oh. OK. There's a clue in the answer.
Yeah, I wonder if it is that.
Hold on.
When?
Yeah, there's a clue in the answer.
OK, everyone is in. What do you reckon at home on this one? Kate, what have you gone for?
I've gone 1920.
1920,
yeah.
Says Kate. Gethin, what are you saying?
1944.
1944, bang in the middle of the Second World War.
Really?
Oh, God, yeah, the
Says
one
Gethin.
after. Yeah, oh.
But listen, you might still be
I
closest.
was thinking Berlin, 36. Yeah, I've got that, sorry.
That's
My
right.
bad.
Listen, you had Olympics on the brain. It would have been an Olympic year.
I mean...
Tiff, what are you saying?
I'm regretting this choice now because I feel like it might be like 70s.
1992.
But then I'm
says
thinking
Tiff.
of who sort of dominated during that era, and I'm trying to think about the Linford Christie kind
Linford
of...
Christie era. And Gary, what are you saying?
Well, I haven't picked an Olympic year because I've got an odd year.
OK.
But metres was the thing for me because up until a certain period it would have been yards.
Oh, interesting.
Yard dash.
100 yards. So, and I know this is wrong, but 1969, I think you're closer.
1969, says Gary. We've got 1920, we've got 1944, just when things were kicking off around Europe. We got 69 and 92. There is sort of a clue in that we've probably all seen a film about this, because the first person to win the 100 metres, what we call the 100 metres now, was Harold Abrahams from Chariots of Fire. And it was 1924, Kate Thornton.
Oh!
How about that?
What
Get yourself a point.
brilliant guess!
Final question in this round. What year did this happen, please? The Observer, which holds the Guinness World Record for oldest Sunday newspaper, is first published. When was that, I wonder? Oldest Sunday newspaper. What do you reckon at home on this one? When was The Observer first published? Gethin, what are you saying for this one? When was The Observer first published?
I'm going way back. Rat roll and print, 1750.
1750, says Gethin. Tiff?
I've gone, I know it's at least 100, it might be about 150, but it's Sunday paper, not just paper.
Oh,
so the idea of
stop
having a
it.
spread.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe it was around the time of the Titanic, which was 1912, so I took a hazard that they...
Couple of years off. 1910, says Tiff. Gary?
I'm similar thinking. I've got 1920.
1920 for Gary. And Kate?
I've gone way back.
1836. So we've got 18th century, 19th century, 20th, 20th. What century are you in at home, if you know what I mean? Let's find out, shall we? When was The Observer first published? Who's won the final point of the round? 1791.
Wow.
Gethin,
Wow.
you get yourself a point. Very well done. You only just got the point by 4 years from Kate there.
Oh.
It was almost bang in the middle of those two answers.
Turns out we're not bad at dating after all.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
You've had so much practice, Gethin. That's the point. Tablets away, please, everybody. One round to go before we find our first champion of the week. And it could not be a great deal closer. Look at this. Tiff with 5, Gethin, Kate and Gary, 6 points each.
Wow.
Here we go. It all comes down to one round of... Answer smash. Fingers on buzzers. A point for a correct answer. Don't forget, there is a point off for an incorrect answer in this round. And every point is crucial. Every point is crucial. Who's going to be our first winner of these 4, I wonder? Your first category is... Adventurers and Explorers. There'll be a clue above, there'll be a picture below. Smash the answers together.
OK.
Which stage direction in Shakespeare's The Winter's Tale precedes the offstage death of Antigonus, killed by a wild animal? Nobody. Let's take a look. I was looking for Exit Pursued by a Bear Grylls.
Yes.
Exit
Oh.
Pursued by Bear and Bear Grylls.
Yeah.
Exit Pursued by a Bear Grylls. Next one. In the 1980s TV series Dallas, what was the name of J.R. Ewing's wife, played by Linda Gray? Yes, Kate.
Sue Ellen was her name, and she was played by Linda Gray, and that is Ellen, the sportswoman.
You know, I might not be able to give you a point for that.
OK, in the next one,
No,
what was the name of J.L. Ewing's wife, played by Linda Gray? Her name was Sue Ellen Ewing.
It's too late, I'm afraid. But if anyone wants to buzz in, Tiff.
Sue Ellen MacArthur.
Is the right answer.
I don't know what I just felt back.
Sorry, Kate.
Sugar.
Sorry.
Sugar.
You lose a point and Tiff gains a point. Next question, next picture. In 2021, Michael Ball reprises Olivier Award-winning role as Edna Turnblad in which West End musical?
He's an adventurer.
What's his name?
We all know the first. Does anyone know the second?
No, what's his name?
I'm sitting on my hands here.
I don't know the first either. I can't even think of that.
You know that.
I know. I can't even think of it.
Gary. Let's take a look. Hairspray Mears, I was looking for. Hairspray and Ray Mears.
Of course, yeah.
Hairspray Mears. It looks like someone playing Adrian Charles in a Hollywood movie.
It really does.
I just kept thinking Adrian Charles. I was like, Hairspray Charles. I don't think that's the...
Next category. Fruit and vegetables will be the pictures. There'll be clues above. The leaderboard is so close. Which politician became the Prime Minister of Canada in 2015? Yes, Tiff.
Justin Trudeau-Bergine.
Trudeau-Bergine? That's hard to say. It is Justin Trudeau-Bergine. It's really hard to say. You guys are lucky you don't have to say it. Next one. In which 1973 horror film does Edward Woodward play a police officer sent to a remote Scottish island called Summer Isle?
Oh,
Nobody. Looking for the Wicker Mango. Next one. By what name was the Indian city of Chennai known before 1996? Nobody? Let's have a look. Madrasberries. Madras and raspberries, Madrasberries. Next fruit or veg?
touching the buttons.
We are done. We are done, everybody. I can tell you there are 2 points between every single person on today's show. All 4 of you have been before. One of you is about to be a winner for the first time. Our winner on Monday's House of Games is Tiff Stevenson. Tiff, congratulations.
Tight though, tight.
Wasn't a strong start, was it? It was not a strong start.
Tiff, you've won yourself a prize. Which of these would you like?
Very exciting.
What are you going to go with?
I know I said I wanted the smell of Richard, but I'm worried it's going to give me a rash.
Oh, it would definitely give you a rash. And also, it's a fun comic answer, but when you've actually won a prize...
Is that like a plant potter?
A planter, yeah.
Yeah, I'll have the planter, please.
Tiff Stevenson wins the House of Games planter. Well played, Tiff. Our weekly leaderboard, all week you'll be getting 4 for a win, 3 for a second, and so on. So Tiff is at the top of that for now. Should we do it all again tomorrow?
Yes, please.
Thank you so much. It's been lovely playing today. I look forward to tomorrow ever so much. We look forward to seeing you here as well on the House of Games.
I didn't realise it had the plants in it already. That's got to get on the train.